Hi, everyone. Welcome to Outside the Stadium. We're here with Jesse Biddle. No, yo, what's up, Jesse? Jesse's a former first-round pick for the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm Harry. That's Dero, and that's Kush. And let's get started. Dero, take it away.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much for being here. My first question is kind of like probably what every kid wants to ask. We were all in our backyards playing baseball with our dads, kind of just imagining that we would make the big leagues. You obviously accomplished that. You're living that dream. Can you just talk a little bit about, what it's like to be called up, what it's like to play with all-stars and, be in the majors?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me on the show. I think that the easiest answer is just that it was amazing, right? It's been a really awesome process. I haven't exactly had like a straight line to the big leagues. I was drafted in 2010. I didn't make my debut until 2018. There were a lot of injuries and a lot of home runs given up along the way. But I think that all made it that much better when it did happen. And then I was fortunate enough to, my first year play for a playoff team in Atlanta and play with a lot of really good guys. So it's been fun. Yeah.
I think Kush is frozen, so I'll take it away. How long of a spring training do you think we're going to need to, get the season ready to go? I know it's like a weird start to opening day. So, like, what do you think, like, the minimum amount of, days or games people are going to need to get ready to go?
That's a great question. A big part of that is dependent on whether or not guys are still staying in shape right now. Obviously, the hardest thing is going to be for starters, we lost Kush.
Yeah.
In the back.
I think what I said pissed him off. I think that's what it was. Classic Kush, as I always say.
Man, he's a Mexican.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We're going to have issues. Yeah. I mean, the starters are going to be the issue, right? Like, there's no way you can't throw 6 innings in your backyard and make it really count. So I would guess that if they're not going to increase the roster size so that bullpens can be a little bit bigger, then we're going to have to, it's still going to take 3 weeks of guys getting ready, especially since guys were already at 5-6 innings. So to cool that all the way down is really, that's
cool. And then start it back up. Yeah. It's going to be very tough, I feel.
Yeah. But as a reliever, I mean, I'm not too concerned with it. It's like, I feel fresh and ready to go, honestly. And this time off has been great because I had surgery last off season. So like, this has been really actually awesome for me in a lot of ways, minus everything that's actually going on,
Yeah. What's going on, Jesse? I'm back. I was really looking forward to this question. For those of you who don't know, Jesse came up in 2018 and just made a habit of absolutely mowing down these Nationals big time hitters. So I wanted to ask you what your favorite part of your rookie season was, because there were many. Was it striking out Hoskins in your hometown and then finishing that game off by striking out the side? Was it striking out my boys Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton in Yankee Stadium? Or is it striking out, Trey Harper and Soto and then calling back 2 innings later and then going Trey, Harper, and Rendon?
Yeah, I mean, I think that my favorite moment would have to be having back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded in a tie game in Yankee Stadium. That's just a moment where you kind of figure out, what do I got in the tank, right? Like, those are chances for you to prove to yourself that you deserve to be there. And I did. And that meant a lot to me and my career. And I think that it helped propel me to have a good year for the rest of the year. But there's probably one of my favorite moments would also be, I gave up a home run to Juan Soto. A lot of people do that. And I then struck him out the next time I faced him. And it's just like, that's the game, right? Like, that's the way it goes. And I look back on that, and we had a lot of really good battles, and I really respect him as an athlete and as a hitter.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be proud. I can ask my next question. So this is kind of a biased question, I guess, for being a Braves fan. You were on the 2018 Braves, which I think was a team that kind of set them off to where they are today. You played with obviously Freddie Freeman. That's huge. You were there for Acuna's rookie year. He obviously won Rookie of the Year. Albies, Markakis, and Folty were all first-time All-Stars, and Soroka was a rookie as well. So there was a lot going on in 2018. Obviously, we lost to LA in the playoffs, but we did finish first in the NL East. Can you just talk a little bit about that team? Playing with all these guys, the young guys, the Freemans, and just the overall vibe, I guess.
Yeah, the position players are still kind of like the same core as they are now. Being able to play with Acuna and Albies was an honor. I mean, they were guys I rehabbed with, so it was really cool to watch them. Because when I first went to the Braves, I rehabbed Tommy John surgery. Then I went and got hurt the next year after I was healthy and tore my lat. So I rehabbed again. So I rehabbed with like all of these guys, and to watch Albies and Acuna have so much success it was just kind of expected. You watch the way they go about their business and the way that they hit balls over the fence like it's literally nothing. And you're just like, there's no way that these guys can't succeed. And it doesn't matter how young they are. The talent is really amazing. So to watch that come into fruition with Freddie and all that, when we looked around the locker room in spring training that year, everybody was telling us that we were one of the worst teams in the division and one of the worst teams in that National League. And we were looking around the locker room like, how? Right? Like, I was just talking to people like, are they not seeing what I'm seeing? Like, there's so much talent in this room. And we proved it, and they continue to prove it.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I just wanted to know, what I'm missing, is like chilling with the boys, going out, having a good time, just seeing your friends. So I wanted to ask you, like, what are you missing most about, clubhouse life, being with the guys, the dugout, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely very fortunate to be in the financial position to where, we're not hurting right now. So what I'm like really focused on is just trying to get ready, trying to get back. But at the end of the day, like really what we miss is just, you ask any bullpen guy, it's sitting in the bullpen, it's just being with your boys who you spend 162 games with, however many hours a day. I mean, you're with them more than you're with your family during the season, and they become your family. So that is really what I think all of us miss and what we're all looking forward to.
Yeah, I always see you guys on TV, like in your jackets, chilling in the bullpen during the early innings when they cut to you guys. I'm like, they look like they're having the best time, man. I was there with them.
Yes. That is honestly, I mean, there should probably be a show on HBO where they mic us up, It'd have to be on HBO, but I think it would be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that and being the New England backup quarterback for the past 20 years is definitely the coolest thing.
That's the gig right there. Yeah, I could have done that.
So far in your career, I wanted to know, who's your favorite teammates to play with, and like, what's some funny moments that you can, tell us? Anything throughout the years.
Want some juice?
Oh, yes. Well, there's only so many stories that I can really tell without getting myself into trouble. Maybe I'll make you guys buy my book in like 20 years or something. But, I've played with a lot of awesome guys. Last year was a crazy year because, I played for 3 different teams in the big leagues. I played in 3 different time zones. I got to meet so many different players. I got to play with so many guys who were so talented and meet a lot of coaches. And it was just as much as it was frustrating because I wasn't having the success I wanted to have, it gave me an opportunity to just really see the game from a lot of different sides and get to know a lot of people. So picking a favorite teammate would be really difficult. I would say that watching Acuna play is like pretty incredible. Being able to do that every day was a really special thing. And to just watch him kind of become a star, right? He went from like a good prospect to, when we were in AA in 2017, he wasn't even a prospect, but he was hitting 400. And so everybody was like, oh, he went from not being a prospect to being the #1 prospect in all of baseball. Like there was no in between. And so to see him then become an international like celebrity was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, picking a favorite teammate would be really difficult. I think Luke Jackson with the Braves is probably the guy I'm closest with, though.
We're not trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what? I get myself in trouble, so you don't need to worry about it.
That's kind of trouble though.
Yeah.
I think my last question would be any role models that you want to just talk about or just highlight anyone who's got you to this point or helped you in any way.
Yeah. I've had a lot of coaches help me out in the like just in my career. I've been very fortunate to play for a lot of people who just really care. That's really the only thing I've ever asked of a coach is just to care about me as a player, me as a person, and all of us as players and people. The guy who I'd say has been the most pivotal in my career would be Dickie Knowles, who was a pitcher for the Phillies back in the 70s. He's had a really interesting history if you want to go look him up. But he was just kind of like a special assistant with the Phillies and somebody who just took a liking to me and who I worked with a lot. But then the guy who I think people know who's also had a really big impact on me was Roy Halladay. I was very fortunate to be able to work with him and talk to him before he passed away. And that's one of the saddest things that's happened to me in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Jesse. So listen, I got home and I'm like, how am I gonna work out? I can't go to the gym. I've got this like boxing bag rigged up in my garage. I'm trying to develop these body weight workouts. I'm trying to hit the bag. How are you working out? Just on lockdown now with the usual facilities. Give us some tips.
Yeah, it's tough, man. That's a really difficult part of this. I texted the team, like the strength coach is just like, hey, I don't have any dumbbells. I don't really have anything. I was not prepared for this. Can you send me some links or something that I could buy online? And they like send me links and like these like power blocks or these dumbbells or whatever, they're all so expensive. So that part of it was, I was like, I can't do that. I'm not going to pay that money for what that is. So what I did is I went to a gym nearby and I just talked to him. I called him up and was like, hey, look, I know you're shutting down. Is there any way that I can rent equipment from you? And so they allowed me to, just pay like a flat rate and just take whatever I wanted. So I have like a rowing machine, some dumbbells, some kettlebells. So that would be my advice, to see if there's a local gym that's shut down right now. Maybe they'll let you borrow some stuff. But otherwise, like, I'm just killing the push-ups these days,
Oh yeah, they burn. They burn.
A lot of push-ups, a lot of yoga. And then I'm just firing balls into the wall. I have like some weighted balls and like a tiny little alleyway that I can throw into. And that's it.
Sweet. That's a hot tip with the gym. I might ask around. They're not doing anything with it.
It's something to think about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually that's very cool that you were able to go to the gym and just pick up their dumbbells and use them for your workouts.
Yeah. I mean, I played the baseball card, so they're like, all right, well, you need it for professional reasons, but I don't know.
It worked out.
Yeah. They're just sitting there, right? They're just collecting dust right now.
You're putting it to good use. At least that's what they're made for.
Yeah.
All of us here we're all missing baseball. I want to know like just your bold prediction when you think the season's going to start back up.
Guys, I don't know, man. I mean,
well here and
yeah, I'm no Anthony Fauci, so I'm not too sure what the deal is, but my best guess is July. If it's happening at all, it's going to have to start by July.
Yeah. How many games would you consider a fair season? Like how many is too little?
I mean, 162 is a lot. Right? That's a lot of games. I don't think any player is going to argue that the season doesn't get a little bit long towards the end there. I could see us playing 60 games and that being okay. I think that that's a fair amount. It would add a lot of kind of excitement to each game, which, in mid-July, some guy, like, it's hard to care about, like, not care, but a Wednesday day game in July, when you play 162, it's like, you say 60 games, that's going to be pretty fun, honestly. I think it could be really interesting.
Do you think they're gonna adjust to the playoffs or anything? Add extra teams to it, or
I've heard some rumors. I mean, everything is just rumors right now.
would you be fine with that? I mean, that's a big change.
Yeah. I mean, it would be, I've heard rumors about a bracket style tournament or whatever. That's not really how baseball's played. Kush just can't stand us, huh? Not again.
Yeah.
Reliable, I would say.
Yeah. Classic Kush. He's probably going to get some dumbbells somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's headed to the gym.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, something probably needs to be shaken up just to keep fans interested, to keep it fun, to keep it light, and keep people interested. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And I guess last question here, any message to the fans, anything you want people to know about yourself or, the current situation, whatever's on your mind?
I don't know. I mean, I think my big thing right now is just to try to spread positivity, not really having to do with baseball at all, honestly. I just think that it's very easy to focus on the negative now, but just trying to stay positive, being positive on social media, like things like that, just they go a long way. And then also just trying to do something to help, whatever that may be, whatever you can. I just think that this time right now is such a crazy time. And, you just have to ask yourself, like, how do you want to be remembered when all this goes away? Right? Like, did you do anything to help people?
That's great. This has been unbelievable. We love your background. We love having you here. We'll definitely keep an open line of communication once things get back, enrolling and you're striking guys out left and right again.
Yeah. Can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on, Jesse.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Jesse.
Great talking to you.
Great to
Stay
meet
safe
you.
out there.
All right, brothers.